All is right with the world again. The Rams are who we thought they were. I don't know what happened during the 3-week stretch where they looked good against New England and beat Dallas and Washington. I don't know. But this is a Rams team I can get into. It was 40-0 at half. You probably heard of it, but 40-0 at halftime. Mark Bulger was ineffectual. He threw an interception. He lost that fumble that turned into the touchdown by Calvin Pace. So they put in Trent Green, and he was no better. Could not run the ball. Could not pass the ball. Had only 3 plays go longer than 20 yards. No plays over 30 yards. They had, I think, 5 turnovers or something like that. Could not get any pressure on Brett Favre. Could not stop the run. Collective effort of suck. And, the Rams are probably my least favorite team in the league. I don't really hate any team, but there is a little bit of a rivalry there. So, when I say that I realize Seattle's not a good team this year, and I accept that, I do want to sweep the Rams later this year. So, yeah, hopefully that can happen right now, because those 3 games where they actually looked good, I can't explain it, and I don't think they could either. So, yeah. Jets. The coaching staff might be figuring things out. I'm not completely sold on them having everything figured out, but Brett Favre cannot be an MVP anymore. They reduced his throws. He only threw 19 times. They gave Thomas Jones and Leon Washington a ton of carries and just dominated the Rams with over 200 rushing yards. And when Favre did throw, he favored his tight end. He threw very little to his wide receivers. So that was a good sign for this coaching staff, and we'll see if they can keep it up. But I definitely liked what I saw out there from the coaching. Bills, Patriots. It's slipping away for Buffalo, man. They've lost 3 in a row to 3 division rivals. Fins, Jets, Patriots now. And somebody's got to right the ship. Right now, not protecting the ball, same old. They're not getting good production out of running the ball. They were never running the ball efficiently, but they were getting production before. Now they're not getting production. Lee Evans isn't making big plays. And nobody else is stepping up in that passing game. Defense. They do get the occasional big play, but they're not consistently getting stops, which is something they were good at earlier this season. Now, the other teams are just driving on them, and they cannot step up and make a stop. It's the little things. It's tackling. It's knowing your role in the defense, and Buffalo has just forgotten how to do that over the last 3 weeks. And they are now at the bottom of the division, and the first 6 months of the season is just going down the drain. So they got to reverse things quickly. Right now, I don't much like how things look. New England. They lost Adalius Thomas for the year, which is nasty. They don't have very much linebacker depth as it is. They played well this game. Got a good running game going with Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis. Wes Welker played nice. Cassell didn't turn it over, which pretty much is the key to their success any week. They got to Trent Edwards quite a bit, forced him into some turnovers. Good all-around solid effort by New England, and I cannot wait for this Thursday game, guys. Jets and Patriots. That's going to be big. Well, Detroit, that was your chance. You had the chance to pull that game out. That was your best chance the rest of the season to win a game, and you got your ass beat in. I don't know where to start. I'll start with Jacksonville. This looked like Jacksonville of old. This was the Jacksonville team that I saw last year. Dominant running game, conservatively solid passing game, no turnovers, two-headed rushing attack from Fred Taylor and Maurice Jones-Drew, who both played really well. Various wide receivers stepping up and making a bevy of good catches bevy of good catches, a pressure defense, a key turnover, and just a big dominant win. That was the Jacksonville team I thought we'd see this year, but it hasn't happened. But they did show up in this game, and they played great. They just pretty much played as flawless as you could hope. Detroit, we knew that their defense could not stop much of anyone, so it's not like this is surprising. I can't say that this is a shock or anything. Culpepper came in, played pretty poorly, and I'm kind of happy for that because we got to see some Drew Stanton. Drew Stanton came in a little bit during the goal line packages, and he threw a touchdown. He played well, and hopefully this leads into him playing a lot more in the weeks to come. I really want to see how Stanton comes out. Other than that, Kevin Smith actually played okay for them, as did Calvin Johnson, but it did not result in any significant points, so kind of best laid plans go to waste. Carolina, Oakland. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's so hard for these teams to figure out we got to run the ball against Oakland. They cannot stop the run. We got to keep it on the ground all day. The Jets lost a game because of it, and now Carolina looks like crap because of it. I mean, they ran the ball really well in this game. They had like 160 total yards. They had the long run by D'Angelo Williams. They dominated this game on the ground, but they got away from it. D'Angelo Williams should have gotten like 25 carries, and Jonathan Stewart should have gotten like 15 or 20. But they thought, they got cocky and said, okay, we'll beat them through the passing game now. It can't be that hard. And Jake Delhomme turns in one of the worst performances we will see this year from a quarterback, probably. He completes 25% of his passes, has one short touchdown, 72 yards, 4 picks. He tried to challenge Nnamdi Asomugha, got burned on it, made a lot of stupid throws into coverage, and there's just no need for that. Just run the ball all day against Oakland, and you will beat them 16 out of 16 times. But, Carolina did win, 17-6. Oakland's offense, pathetic as always. Turnovers, kicking field goals instead of punching it in, even though they had a lot of good opportunities to score touchdowns. No Darren McFadden again. I guess he's hurt. Their defense obviously did play very well, but I attribute that to Carolina coaching more than anything. Oh, shout out to Julius Peppers, who had 7 tackles, forced 2 fumbles, and had 3 sacks. So, nice revitalization game for him. We'll see. He's always been one of my favorite players in the league, always. Indy, Pittsburgh. Finally, I stop picking Indianapolis. I give up on them and say, okay, I'm going to be real from here on out. And now they win. Now they upset a team on the road in conditions that they don't play well in usually. But they came up big. Peyton Manning, pretty inaccurate, off for a lot of the game, but Indy had a game plan. We're going to go deep. We're going to go for the big play. We're going to have Peyton Manning throw the ball away a lot. We're going to have him take low percentage passes. And he's going to throw a lot of incompletions, and we're going to have some frustrating times. But that's our game plan, and we're sticking with it. And in the end, it worked. They got big plays. They got touchdowns. They stayed away from the running game, which was, kind of sort of productive. They got the yards they really needed to have, but it was a little sluggish. So I like that game plan. Sometimes you got to say, screw it, we're just going to pass like crazy. And it worked. Reggie Wayne had the long touchdown on the tip play from Ike Taylor. They had the touchdown right before the half and right before the end of the game. I will say it's a little depressing to see Marvin Harrison play right now because he's dropping passes. He's doing stupid brain farts. He looks terrified of contact. He looks puny out there right now, and it's a little depressing to watch. I know he's still being reasonably productive, but it's a little depressing to watch.